starts cheering for the young master who easily defeated the black bear, one of the four hounds, with a single strike. Theo assures them Hulkus is still alive. Suddenly, the sword breaks as well, which disappoints our boy since it was a gift from his mother. Everyone keeps cheering for the MC, and they all praise him for breaking the sword with a single strike. He doesn't understand why they are so happy. Meanwhile, observing all of this, Ray remembers one of her past memories. When she was a little kid one day, the MC found her instructions while walking around in such cold weather while wearing barely anything. She didn't give Ray his own scarf and thought she still looked really cold, so he decided to take her to his house and told her he would take her home once the snow finally stopped. After recalling all of this, she starts smiling and leaves the battleground. Remington is surprised to see her smile. After a while at the Camellia Palace, our boy looks embarrassed as the ladies congratulate him on getting a new title, Luster Tiger. One of them is happy to see his hard work finally paying off and advises him to keep up and maintain the momentum until the awakening ceremony. She believes he can do it, and suddenly, his mother appears and starts feeding him the new abalone dish forcefully. He tries to stop her, but she starts stuffing his face with more food as he goes to the stomach. While eating, he remembers his past life and starts to feel grateful. He tells his mother the food is very delicious, and she notices the broken sword. She becomes shocked, and the MC starts sweating anxiously. He tells her it broke during his training and starts apologizing since it is a precious gift she gave him on his birthday. Theo's mother becomes angry at the person who swore it wouldn't break, as it was made with white snow steel and ebony steel wood. He asks if she is talking about the steel wood from the southern jungle. She answers positively and tells him it is a rare and precious material, but feels disappointed to see it was all a lie. She thinks that if the guy was telling the truth, the sword wouldn't break so easily. He realizes how precious the materials are, and becomes surprised since he was not expecting it to be so valuable. He wonders how his mother found such a sword. She decides to go ask the maker for some explanation, and force him to make a better sword this time that is perfect for her precious son. He assures her it's fine and that he can just use another sword, but she rejects the idea and tells him people are finally coming to see his true powers, so he needs to be even more careful than before. Since the awakening ceremony is really close, she says she won't allow him to attend the ceremony while carrying a shabby old sword. Theo is happy to see his mother care so much about him, and Cecilia decides they should get going since they are done talking. The MC is confused. She reveals that they are going to the best workshop in all of Winterra, known as the Basque Workshop. Basque Workshop is one of the top 3 manufacturing workshops of Winterra, and its fame comes from the sheer size that rivals a factory. However, the most notable thing about the workshop is its master. She is a person who falls into the category of special rank by the intelligence agency, and a blacksmith with the title of Master Craftsman, which only 2 other Ragnar artisans hold. The MC is surprised to see the elf of capitalism incarnate, the demon craftsman Curson. He never expected to meet such a tycoon and questions how his mother has connections with the demon craftsman. Cecilia angrily questions why her mother is still smoking. Hearing her call Curson her mother, our boy becomes speechless. Curson tells Cecilia not to address her as mother since their relationship is not that of a parent and child. On the day Cecilia decided to run away, Theo was told his mother is an orphan with no family in the world, but is surprised to see she is the daughter of the high elf Curson. He realizes that the reason he looks so handsome is that he is also a quarter elf. Curson asks why Cecilia unexpectedly decided to visit her. Theo's mom throws back the sword and tells her it is a defective product. Curson doesn't believe her and becomes mad hearing her daughter call it a defective sword, even though she forged it herself. Curson pulls out the sword and realizes it's broken. Cecilia questions if that's not a defective product, and Curson becomes speechless. The high elf asks who the wielder is. Cecilia tells her Theo is the wielder of the sword. Curson asks if it's the kid behind her, and she tells her mother to watch her mouth because the MC is a genius who will one day reign over Ragnar from here on. Theo introduces himself to the high elf and expresses his gratitude for being able to see the renowned master of Basque Workshop. Curson remembers him and praises Cecilia for raising such a child. Curson asks if he is the only one who used the sword, and the MC answers positively. Cecilia thinks the sword is defective, but Curson becomes surprised and realizes it's going to be a long conversation, so she invites them inside. As they all walk in, the MC asks if his mother is related to the demon craftsman. She says he is right, and he becomes curious if Curson is her real mother. Cecilia tells him he wouldn't know since she didn't speak much about it, but even though it was for a short period, Curson took her in as a foster mother. Cecilia shares that her mother loves anything she finds beautiful, whether it is music, jewels, theater, or even people. She says that is the reason Curson took her in as a foster child. Curson tells them to stop talking about the past, calling it pointless. Cecilia thinks she is lying, and her son asks how she ended up getting out of this.
No stain, just brighter skin. Dr. Wong's Lightning Soap.
Nanegosyo is the specialty.
Ang bagay sa ibang handa. Parang ikaw, hindi bagay sa pamilyang to.